Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another session of Data Series. We are thrilled to be here with you this evening. I'm Nishan Tiwari. I'll be moderator today, and let's this those who are first timer here. Let's discuss what DataHour session is. This is a webinar conducted by the analytics Vidhya and led by the top industry experts. And this is a fun way to learn a new thing. We'll dedicated this dedicated hour will just go through solve one of the topics and learn for the leading data scientists in this field. Okay, here 11 plus years of experience in data science and data science industry. He works for Infosys right now, right, Arpit? Insofi, sorry, and he has done his MTech in VLSI design and BE in electronics and communication. So for today's topic, we are learning the key design of deep learning and deep neural network and the industrial scope. So Arpit, you can take it over. And
Sure. Thank you for your kind words about me. Okay, so I'm starting the session. Please kindly allow to share my screen. Okay.
I've just made you the co-host. You can.
Okay. Thank you very much. Now, this question to all the participants, those who are joined, kindly please confirm my voice is clearly audible to you people and my screen is clearly visible. Can you please confirm from a chat window? Those who are listening. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Visible and clear. Thank you for the confirmation. So I'm starting my session. Okay, I'm starting my session. A very good evening to one and all. I welcome all of you to the today's session, and our main topic of the discussion today is what are the key steps for designing the deep neural network and its scope in the industry. Before beginning the session, I would like to say one thing very important to all of you. First of all, I am very happy that all the participants has joined from the different part of the world, and might be they are having different background also, and they are very keen to know about what are the deep neural network and what are the key steps for designing that. So as I said, before beginning the session, I would like to say one thing very important to all of you. Always remember one thing, as a learner, whenever we people are deciding to learn any new topic in the world, so don't directly jump on learning that new topic, and in that pre-analysis of that topic, ask 3 questions to yourself, and you should have the answer of that. What are those 3 questions? The very first question you should ask yourself is that, what is this technology about what I want to learn and why it is so much famous in the market? Second question is, why all the multinational companies, small scale companies, medium scale companies, government organization are using that technology, and what are the impact of that technology in our day-to-day life? What are the different applications I am using about that technology in my day-to-day life, and so on? You should know the answer of this. And the third important question is very important. What are the skill set required to learn those technology? And after upgrading the skill set in that technology, what is an opportunity for an individual in terms of job, in terms of research, that is higher study, or either in terms of startup in that. Hello. Is my voice is clearly audible, guys? Someone has written that my voice is not clearly audible. Is my voice is clearly audible? Tell me that. Not clear? Okay. What I will do, I will turn off my video so that bandwidth issue is there, I guess. Now, can you please tell me that voice is clear now? Now voice is clear? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm starting the session. So I was telling that the third important question you should ask yourself is that, hey, what are the skill set required to learn this technology? And after upgrading those skill set, what is an opportunity for an individual in the market in terms of job, in terms of research, that is higher studies, and in terms of startup? You should know the answer of this. And I am here to give the answer of all these questions in the very quality way related to deep learning technology. So my name is Arpit Yadav. Today I am going to teach you from basics that what is the meaning of deep learning technology and the answer of all these 3 questions in a very quality way, so that you should not have any doubt. My name is Arpit Yadav. I am working as a senior data scientist, and I am a researcher in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and I am working with the Institute of Bangalore. So let's begin the session. Before beginning the session, I would like to give a short overview about me. I have done my bachelor's of engineering in electronics and telecommunication engineering and master's in VLSI design. And I have completed my MTech, as I said in the VLSI design. I have completed my post-graduation program in artificial intelligence and machine learning from Texas University, USA. I am completely pursuing my PhD in the machine learning and artificial intelligence. I am having the total 12 years of experience, out of which parallelly I am having the 8 years of experience in the skill development training across the India and the world. I am an international speaker in the field of data science, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. I have filed 4 patents till date, and I have completed so many certifications in the field of data science, machine learning, deep learning, and AI, and so on. Guys, my voice is still breaking. Can you please confirm that my voice is audible or not clearly? My voice is audible. Okay, I will speak slowly. My voice is audible. Okay, thank you. I am discussing about my background. Then about my industrial association, guys. I am working as a senior data scientist at Insofi Bangalore, and I am also working as a chief technological officer at AI Beehive Bangalore. Other than that, I am associated with multiple university across the world, in which I am working as a guest faculty in artificial intelligence and machine learning at BITS Pilani. Then I'm working as a mentor in artificial intelligence and machine learning at IIT Guwahati. Then I'm associated as an advisory committee member at Regenesis Business School, South Africa, and so on. And rest, I'm associated with multiple university across the world. Whatever the small contribution I have done in the field of data science and machine learning, I have been awarded with these 4 awards. And these 4 awards are like this. Okay, many people are facing the network issue, I guess. Okay, just give me 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Just give me 2 seconds. Okay. Now, can you please confirm that my voice is clearly audible now? Okay, thank you very much. I'm going ahead with the session. Thank you very much. So I was talking about my background, guys. Whatever the research I have done in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, I have been awarded with this 4 award till date, which motivates me a lot to do the something better for the society. I have been awarded as an inspirational scientist award in the field of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and then I have been awarded as excellence in research award from the Global Foundation Award, and this all awards motivates me a lot to do something better for the society. So let's start today's main topic of the discussion, that is the world of artificial intelligence and the deep learning. Before beginning, I would like to say this is very important equation before going ahead in the field of machine learning and artificial intelligence. Please understand this equation which I am going to tell you now. The heading of this slide is new normal in technology. Can anyone tell me in any context before have you heard the word new normal? I have written the heading of the slide is new normal in technology, but I will come on later part. Can anyone tell me before have you heard the word new normal in any context? No? Okay, very good. Pandemic situation. Many times people are saying that COVID is a new normal. I don't know have you heard this word before or not, but COVID is a new normal. So the thing is that the meaning of this new normal is that anything which is coming new to the world and become normal very easily is called as a new normal. COVID is also the same. COVID come new to the world, now become very normal easily. That's what we are saying, that be habitual of living with COVID. Similarly, in the technological world, What do you mean by new normal in the technology? So artificial intelligence technology is the new normal technology in the world. The meaning is that from the implementation point of view, artificial intelligence is a new technology in the market and it is becoming normal very easily. So because of this reason, every multinational companies or small scale companies and government organization want to use this artificial intelligence technology in multiple aspects. And from that point of view, this equation has been written by the researcher. And they said that adding data science, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence to any X, you are always going to get the profit and the. What is the meaning of this equation? Again, I'm repeating, adding data science and machine learning and deep learning and artificial intelligence to any X is always going to give you profit and the growth and the business. Again, I would like to request from the participant, from your point of view, what do you mean by that X? What do you think what that X about? Any answer or any guesses from your point of view? Otherwise, I will say X is data, okay, unknown, any business, any industry, very good. All the answers are coming. So I am should appreciate all the answer, and the correct answer is industry. Yes, you are correct, guys. Industry. The meaning is that, so let's take the example of healthcare industry. Adding data science, machine learning, deep learning, and AI to healthcare industry, you are going to get the profit and the growth. Why? Because we are going to make so many applications in the healthcare industry with the help of AI technology. From that, healthcare industry will make a business. Similarly, put agricultural in place of X, you are going to get profit and the growth. You are going to make so many products in the field of agricultural industry. Similarly, put aviation industry, you put automobile industry. In fact, I would like to say that you put any industry in place of X nowadays, you are always going to get the profit and the growth. Hence, AI technology is everywhere. It is called as a new normal in technology because every industry in the market, those who are having the data with them, they want to make the business from that data. And because of this reason, any successful project which we are doing in the field of artificial intelligence technology is having the combination of two things. And that two things are, one is the knowledge of artificial intelligence technology, and other is the knowledge of that industry where we are applying the AI technology. So that is called as domain knowledge. Hence, two persons are important in any successful project. One is the AI technological person, and the other person is called as a domain expert related to that industry. And both person are sitting together to be the successful project. So understand this thing. Okay, this is the heavy end word I am using in front of you because in the industry we are using this one. Once I came to know this equation that I am adding the AI to any industry for the business and growth, then I am going to help you today in understanding the deep learning technology. And I am assuming that participants might be knowing about the word called data science and machine learning because I am going to help you today about the key steps for designing the deep learning technology. What is the motivation behind for designing the deep learning technology? What are the key components available in front of me so that by using that I can design the deep learning technology for the different applications? What are the skill sets required for deep learning technology and the job opportunities in the market? So let's start the process. So guys, this is the extremely important slide for all the people, those who want to learn the AI technology. In the market, many people are available, those who are telling I can directly teach the AI. Don't fall on such trap. Actually, to learn the artificial intelligence technology, there is a step-by-step procedure. And that step-by-step procedure that I am guiding in this slide. Actually, artificial intelligence technology is the 5 ladder process. The very first process you should do is that learn one of the programming language. There are more than 10 programming language available in the market. Python, MATLAB, Java, C, C++, ROR, Ruby on Rails, and so on. But among all the languages, Python is on the top of the chart. Is the one of the most favorite language of the data science community. Hence, I would like to request all of you learn the Python on the top priority. After learning the Python, the very second step you should learn about data analysis. That is called as the field of data cleaning. In this data analysis, you are going to learn mathematics, you are going to learn data visualization concept, you are going to learn the data cleaning step. So the second stage ladder is very famous across the world for data cleaning, and the person those who are going to do the cleaning of the data is called as the data analyst. After learning the data cleaning, the main responsibility of data analysis is to clean the data. So they are going to give this clean data to machine learning. So machine learning people in the industry is known for using the suitable algorithm and apply on the clean data provided by the data analyst. So machine learning people will apply the algorithm to the clean data which is provided by the second team, and now algorithm will learn from the clean data. Output of the algorithm will be model. Okay. The person those who able to do this task in the company is either called as a machine learning scientist or either called as a data scientist. It depends on company to company. But there are certain drawbacks of machine learning that we are going to discuss today. And then we are going for the deep learning. Now, guys, here is the main picture. You can able to learn quality deep learning only after learning the some machine learning concept. Then you will really enjoy the world as deep learning. And the deep learning means same thing. Instead of traditional machine learning algorithm, I am going to design the neural network architectures and giving the neural network architecture to the data for the learning. And the person those who are doing this is either called as a data scientist or a computer vision engineer or the natural language processing engineer. That I am going to guide you in a very suitable way. Don't worry. The moment deep learning is learned, the door of AI will open. The picture of artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence means very easy, guys. If you people want to explain artificial intelligence to any layman person, so explain in this way. Artificial intelligence is having two words. One is artificial and one is intelligence. What is the meaning of this? Very simple. In the industry, what we are doing, break the artificial intelligence into two parts. In the company, we are having one responsibility that please provide the intelligence to the machine artificially. That means, in the other word, I can say that please make an intelligent machine so that machine should behave like human. That is the meaning of AI, artificial intelligence. So let's see, guys. According to this ladder, today I am going to teach you the deep learning design. Today I am going to process. So let's start the process. And now see this diagram, all are interconnected with each other. When you are working on any project inside the company, so depending on the understanding of the problem statement, understanding of the data, the very first team is going to clean the data, that is data analysis. That clean data we are giving to machine learning and deep learning. Now here is the main question arises. When I am working as a data scientist, for example, in a company, and any problem statement is arising or arriving in front of me, so there is a two choices in between me. Either I should apply machine learning to that problem statement, or either I should apply the deep learning to that problem statement to provide the solution. So the thing is that which should I apply? Either should I apply machine learning or either should I apply deep learning? The choice is in front of us. But today I'm going to guide you very smartly when to apply machine learning and when to apply deep learning. So we are applying either machine learning or deep learning so that algorithm will learn from the clean data provided by the data analysis team, and we are using that algorithm for the prediction purpose. And once the predictions are working very good, we are giving that prediction to the artificial intelligence team, which is converting the prediction into actions. That is called as the intelligence system. And these all ladder are interconnected with each other. You cannot directly learn AI without learning deep learning and machine learning. You cannot learn machine learning and deep learning without learning the data cleaning, that is data analysis. So these are all interconnected activity. And after knowing this interconnected activity, I am going to explain this diagram and then we will start designing the deep neural network. So concentrate on this diagram carefully. This diagram we are using inside the company to solve any end-to-end project in the field of artificial intelligence technology. And I will explain this diagram in a very easy way so that anyone can understand that. In this diagram, there are the three blocks A, B, and C. Block number A, block number B, and block number C. And all are interconnected with each other. All are interconnected with each other. So that I will explain the methodology of this diagram. Consider, guys, consider. I'm going to ask one question to you. Consider we all people, those who are attending this session, we are working in one company and all are working in the data science company. Company has given us one project. That project called as diabetes prediction using ML or DL technique, machine learning or deep learning technique. Diabetes prediction using machine learning or deep learning. So the thing is that whenever the problem statement is in front of us, that is the project name. I want to predict the diabetes with the help of machine learning or deep learning technique. This domain is a healthcare domain. Okay, and to work on any project in the field of AI, we will require the domain expert also. So we will be requiring the domain expert. Those who are knowing the diabetes, we will take the help of doctors. So to work on any project, guys, after taking the help of domain expert, we require the data related to the project. And our project name is diabetes prediction. Can you people tell me from where I should get the diabetes patient data? Logically tell me, think it and tell me from where the diabetes prediction data we will get. Very good, hospital. Now I will ask one question to all of you. You are giving the perfect answer, hospital. And if I will ask you, hey, can you go to any hospital of your city or any laboratory and ask them, hey, give me the diabetes patient data? Will give you data? Will they will give you data? No, they will not give you data. They will say who you are. Hence, guys, before collecting the data from any source, you have to do the legal tie-up between that source. And always remember one thing, once we are having the legal tie-up between that data providing company and our company, then we are going to start collecting the data. So according to this diagram, the responsibility of collecting the data related to project from the various sources in the market with the help of various tools and technology inside our company is a big data engineering team. In this diagram, there is a team number A called as big data engineering. This team will collect the data related to project, store the data in the database, maintaining and the security of the data. Once the diabetes patient data is in our database, then the responsibility of part number B will start. In the part number B team, first team is of data analysis. This team will read the diabetes patient data and they will clean the data. Data cleaning called as data pre-processing with the help of Python, mathematics, and data visualization, and so on. Once the diabetes patient data has been cleaned, then that clean data we are giving to either machine learning or deep learning. Here we will decide what to apply, either to apply machine learning or either to apply deep learning. I will explain how to apply that. So we will be applying algorithm or architecture to the clean data. And this line is called as machine learning. Algorithm is going to learn from the clean data. Once the algorithm will learn from the clean data, output of the algorithm is a model. Hence, output of part number B is a model, guys. Model. Model is one mathematical function learned from the huge volume of data. And that mathematical function is having the hidden information. That if this is the input characteristics of the patient, patient will have the diabetes. If this is the input characteristics of the patient, patient will not have the diabetes. Such information model is having. And for this only, companies are ready to give you huge amount of money if you are making the perfect model. Let's assume that after doing the lots of model testing, our model is very good. So what we are doing, we are converting our model, which is available in our laptop or company system, in real-time application with the help of deployment team. So part number C is a deployment, guys. This team is helping us to convert our model into real-time application. For example, mobile app or with the help of website also. So let's assume that we have converted our model into mobile app and our app name is diabetes prediction within 2 seconds, for example, or within 5 seconds. So this app is available in the Play Store now, and any people across the world or they can download our app from the Play Store. After downloading the app from the Play Store, that app will ask certain inputs to us, and after giving the inputs, that app will give the output. You are not having diabetes, for example. In this way, guys, from starting from the problem statement to the end of the deployment of the project, we are working in this sequence inside the company, and there are the different teams are responsible for executing the entire project. Data engineering team, that is big data engineering, then data analyst team, then machine learning and data scientist team, and a cloud computing engineering team. And all team are working together to make a successful project with the help of domain expert. So this is the process, guys, we are doing inside the company. So now I am going ahead to explain you the need of deep learning. Deep learning, because our today's session is for the key steps for designing the deep learning. So as I already told you, we are learning the deep learning because there are certain drawbacks of machine learning. So let's check in that. What are the drawbacks of machine learning? I already said that those who are going to attend this session, I am expecting they are having certain machine learning knowledge. But I am trying my level best to explain in a very basic stuff. So guys, whenever we are working on any project, and I have applied machine learning and deep learning to the same project. So I came to know this analysis. That means we all came to know this analysis. This is the diagram given by research. Researcher told that when they have worked on the project by applying machine learning and deep learning, so they came to know one thing. When initially the amount of data increases in the project, the machine learning and deep learning performance both increases. Again, the amount of data increases, machine learning, deep learning performance increases. But there one point will come. See in this diagram. After that point, if you will increase the amount of data, so machine learning performance gets saturated. Machine learning stop performing well, constant, performance saturated. And deep learning is again increasing, performance increasing. So according to this diagram, it has been declared that the amount of data is more, so the performance of deep learning model is also more. Deep learning is called as a data hungry one. More the amount of data, more the performance. This is the first drawback of machine learning, guys. You cannot work on machine learning if the huge volume of data. Volume means in terms of column. I will say. I will explain you. Don't worry. So this is the first drawback of machine learning. Huge volume of data. So when we came to know what mean by huge volume of data, so we came to know that whenever you are working on any project, and in that project when you are collecting the data is having the rows and columns. So when the number of columns in the data are very, very high, suppose number of columns are 10,000. So that kind of data is called as curse of dimensionality. Number of columns are 10,000. That is called as a curse of dimensionality, and machine learning algorithm cannot perform well on such volume of column. Hence, it has been said, machine learning cannot perform well on high dimensional data. High dimensional means high column. Number of columns in the data are more. It cannot perform good on that. This is the second drawback of machine learning. And the third drawback of machine learning is that whenever the number of columns are more in the data, and I still need to apply machine learning. So during the entire process of machine learning, there is one step called as feature selection or feature to be expected. Features means column. Suppose there are 500 column in your data, and I need to understand important column from of 500 column. That is called as a feature extraction. So as a manual technique, I will go one by one column. It is very difficult for to go one by one and understand the important column from the data. Hence, it is the another drawback of machine learning that if the number of column in the data are very, very high, it will be very difficult for doing the feature extraction. But in the case of deep learning, feature extraction will be done by the algorithm. So these are the three major drawbacks of the machine learning guide. It cannot perform well on huge volume of data, curse of dimensionality, and the feature extraction. And the entire three things are covered by the world of deep learning, and the deep learning will give the very good amount of performance on the high volume of data. Now, one question to all of you guys, logical question I want to ask. As I told you that machine learning failed on high volume of data. That is called as a whenever the columns are more. Can you tell me which data is having the higher volume or column in that data? What is the data which is having the higher volume in that? That is called as the higher number of column actually. Tell me that. Any idea? Which kind of data is called as higher columns? Very good. One person has given the answer. I should appreciate. Very good. Images and data. Images and data, time series data. Yeah, very good. Whenever we people are supporting on the data related to images, video, audio, and the text, such kind of data is called as the unstructured data. And I hope that you heard this word in the world of machine learning and deep learning. That is called as the unstructured data. Very good. So whenever we are performing any project related to unstructured data, So we are having only one option left with the help of performance of the model. So they choose the deep learning, guys. Don't choose machine learning. Otherwise, you will end up with a headache. Okay, there are many debates going on. I can still perform the machine learning with the unstructured data, but there is a bigger headache to it. You can do that, but big headache. So it's a simple thing, guys. Always choose a simple option which can give you the good performance in the machine learning model or deep learning model. So whenever you are working on any project related to images, video, audio, and the text, your first choice should be deep learning. Okay, deep learning. And for example, application point of view, image classification, audio recognition, image detection, okay, video object detection, and so on. There are multiple applications you people are using in your day-to-day life, and all are related to deep learning. All are related to deep learning, guys. Can you people tell me Alexa is what? Alexa is the product of deep learning, neural network architectures, and so on. I will guide you on that. Don't worry. So once I came to know that I should apply the deep learning when I am working on the project called as unstructured data related to images and videos. So the final comparison is very simple between machine learning and deep learning. Whenever you are working on any project which is having the high volume of data, use deep learning. Okay. And then machine learning cannot perform well on the high volume of data. If you talk about accuracy and the performance, so obviously more the data, more the performance of deep learning. Okay, more the data, more the performance of deep learning. On terms of training time, guys, one drawback of deep learning is this only. Deep learning architecture take lots of time for training, guys. In the company, some project, when we are not having the good computational capacity, that means good computer, and still we are running the project on that related to deep learning, it is taking five days of time for training, guys. So deep learning is having major drawback that it cannot perform well on the high volume of data. Sorry, it perform well on the high volume of data, but training time is very large. That is the drawback. Similarly, think all concept logically. If more the amount of data required, more the training time, more the performance. So tell me, what will be the hardware dependency then for the deep learning? It will be more or less. Tell me logically. If more data, then what should be the computational capacity you need? Obviously more. You need a processor, GPU processor to work on that. You cannot work on high volume of data with a normal computer capacity. And lastly, hyperparameter tuning. That I will explain you after a few slides. What do you mean by hyperparameter? So these are the comparison of deep learning. So the thing is that I am ready with the deep learning technology, and the deep learning definition is very simple. Up to this slide, it is very clear that we are going to use deep learning when I am going to work on huge volume of data. That is called as columns. Okay, again repeating columns. And deep learning is capable of extracting the column by itself, important column by itself. Okay. So this is the process, guys. So I came to know up to this slide that deep learning is capable of handling high volume of data. And to work on the deep learning, my computer should have at least GPU processor to work on. If you are not having GPU processor, alternative solution is Google Colab. Alternative solution is Google Colab. So this is the thing, guys. So once I came to know this thing to go on the world of deep neural network, and so this is the diagram. As a data scientist or as a data science aspirant, you should know. Hence, whenever you are going to work on any project, so the approach of that project is like this. Approach. This is the interview question we are asking to the candidate. Hey, as a data scientist, can you please tell me the approach? So the approach is very simple. Understand the problem statement very carefully in detail with the help of domain expert. After understanding the problem statement in detail with the help of domain expert, then you are going to notify what amount of or what data required to solve this project. After having the understanding what is the data required to solve this project, the next step will be data collection. Then you will start collecting the data from the different sources in the market with the help of different tools and technology. During the data collection, lots of error occur. Many error occur, and that kind of data is called as the dirty data. Hence, companies are collecting the data from the market, and after collecting the data, many errors occur in that while collecting. So it is called as the dirty data. Hence, logically, the very next step should be data cleaning. Because we have collected dirty data for the project, we should clean the data. That is called as the data preparation. Then we are going to prepare the data, clean the data, and so on. After doing the clean data, that clean data we are giving to the fifth point in this slider, that is called as the data modeling, applying the algorithm to the clean data. This equation is called as machine learning. This equation, point number 5, is called as a machine learning. Algorithms are going to learn from the clean data. And output of the algorithms are the model. Always remember model. Model is the mathematical function learned from the data. That mathematical function is having hidden information, and companies are ready to pay you huge volume of money in that. And after that, if you want to increase the performance of the algorithm, we are going to do the model training in that, algorithm training. And finally, we are going to test the model. If it is working good, we are going for model deployment and the monitoring. So this is the approach for any problem statement. Okay, this we are following inside the company. And once it is clear, guys, now let's go ahead. The motivation behind designing of the deep neural network. I came to know the drawback of machine learning now. Now I'm going for the deep learning. So I am guiding you by considering that you all people are very new to the world of deep learning. So guys, one thing, when the researcher decided to work on deep learning, so there should be some motivation behind that. So researcher has analyzed the working of our humans. So they came to know that our human brain, which is a very complex structure all over the world, very complex system. Human brain is a very complex system. So scientists have analyzed the human brain. So they came to know that, yeah, our human brain is working on the basis of biological neuron communication. Always remember, whatever we are working on right now, all the biological neuron inside my body are communicating in such a way that I am giving the talk to you people. And all the biological neuron in your brain are communicating in such a way that you are listening to me. So scientists have taken the inspiration from the biological neuron, and from that they analyze the biological neuron. So they came to know that biological neuron is working on the basis of these three factors. This is the biological neuron diagram. We don't have to spend much more time here. In this, there are the three major parts: dendrite, cell body, and the axon. Inside the biological neuron, dendrite means which is receiving the signal from other neuron, other biological neuron, that is called as a dendrite. After receiving the signal from all the neuron, it will add all the signal, sum up all the signal, that is called as a cell body. And after summing up all the signal, whatever the result will come, that resultant signal we are sending to other process with the help of axon. This is the biological neuron working. Okay, this is a biological neuron working. We don't have to spend much more time here. So by taking the inspiration from biological neuron, scientists have made first artificial neuron in the world, that is called as perceptron. So scientists has made the first artificial neural network of the world, that is called as the perceptron. And the perceptron working is very, very similar as compared to biological neuron. Same thing, perceptron will also do the same thing, this thing. One perceptron considered as a one biological neuron. So perceptron, suppose according to this diagram, is having the three input to the perceptron. It will accept the three input with the help of one number, that is called as a weight. So please concentrate on this diagram. Perceptron is collecting the input from the three other perceptron, for example. And each input signal is having the one number associated with that is called as a weight. So according to this diagram, perceptron working said that please multiply your input with the respect to weight and add all of them. Input multiply by the respect to weight and add all of them. After addition of all that, add bias in that. And after adding the bias, again give that answer to the activation function. That is called as one concept. I will let you know what do by activation function. And we are giving the output of activation function will be called as the perceptron output. And someone asked the question that who will set the weight initialized. Weights are randomly initialized. We are not setting the weight. Weights are set randomly with the help of different methods. So guys, in the perceptron diagram, again I am repeating, working is very simple. That's what I am saying. 0.7, 0.6, 1.4, I have randomly written. You can write any number there. Randomly I have written. This is a random initialization. Weights are random initialization. So always remember one thing. Every input in the world of perceptron is having the weight associated with that, and weights are the random number. Multiply the weight with respect to input. you are having one answer. That answer you will add bias. Again, you are having final answer. That bias you are going to give the activation function, and output of activation function is the final answer of the perceptron. So this is the perceptron working, guys. So perceptron is having the three major components. What are those? Weight, bias, and activation function. These are the three major components of perceptron to design. So the guys, in the three major component of the perceptron, what we came to know the perceptron working, every input is having the weight associated with that. That weight is nothing but random number. You will multiply the input with respect to weight, add the bias in that, you will get one number. That number you are giving to activation function. Again, activation functions are some mathematical functions. They are going to give the output according to their mathematical functionality. And the final output of the activation function is the output of overall perceptron. We are able to say that perceptron is activated or not, on or off. Okay. So these are the process, guys. So this is the perceptron working. And on the basis of perceptron working, as I told you, what are the key components of perceptron? Weight, bias, and activation function. These are the major three components that you should need to understand while learning the deep learning technology. And all these are very simple. So why we are using the weight? Weight is giving the strength to the input signal. Bias is we are acting one constant for giving the good model, and so on. So weight and bias is why we are using. Weights are giving the strength to the particular input, and the bias is acting as a shifting the activation function, and so on. And let's understand the working of this perceptron with the help of this example so that you will understand the importance of weight and bias. Concentrate carefully this diagram. Very easy to understand. Just imagine that I want to solve one project, and that project tells us that I want to purchase the shirt on the basis of some condition, and that condition is that you can purchase the shirt only when shirts are blue in color, full sleeves, and not a cotton fabric. This condition is given to you, and if this condition satisfies, then only purchase the shirt. This is my objective now. Now suppose I want to solve with the help of perceptron. Okay, with the help of perceptron. So let's check it. In the diagram here, I am having one perceptron. And if you check our problem statement, there are three characteristics. One is color, one is sleeves, and one is cotton fabric. So I am having the three input: x1 for color, x2 for full sleeves, and x3 for cotton fabric. So my x1 will be 1 if my shirt is blue color. Otherwise, x1 will be 0. x2 will be 1 if full sleeves. Otherwise, x2 will be 0. x3 will be 1 if it is a cotton fabric. Otherwise, x3 will be 0. So this is the condition. And check it. Here in this diagram, I have written 742 as a weight associated with each input. And now don't ask me that how I have decided 742, because this is a random number. You have to play with that. And that's what I will give the task also to you people. So I have randomly put the number 742. And then I have put activation function as 8 here. 8. So let's check it, the working of perceptron to solve the problem state. So the working is very simple. Okay. Now concentrate in this working. Okay. We are having one diagram and one table here. So please concentrate on the row number 1. Very first row. Very first row. What the first row is telling? If your color is blue and the sleeves is half and fabric is non-cotton, what the perceptron will do and what should be the output? So as I told you, we are having the three features here. One is color, sleeves, and fabric. And if your color is blue, please tell me x1 value will be 1 or 0. X1 value will be 1 or 0 if a color is blue. Very good, 1. Sleeves is half. X2 value will be 0 or 1. Tell me. X2 will be 0 or 1. Very good, 0. Fabric is not cotton. So X3 will be 1 or 0. X3 will be 0. Now, perceptron working tells that every input is multiplied with the weight. So the equation will form as 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3. Again, I am repeating, equation will be 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3. And we are keeping bias 0 here. We can add bias also and put 0 also. Okay. So just example, putting bias 0. So we are having 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3. So put the row number 1 condition in the given equation. X2, X3 will be 0, X1 will be 1. Final answer will be 7. 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 3x3, sorry, 2x3 according to row number 1. Answer will be 7. And we are adding bias 0. So 7 plus 0, answer is 7. Now this 7 we are giving to activation function, and consider that activation function is 8 here, 8. Now if your answer is greater than activation function, your output will be 1. And if your answer is less than activation, that is threshold value, your output will be 0. So your final answer is 7 and threshold is here 8. So tell me guys, 7 is less than 8 or greater than 8? Obviously it is less than 8. So what will be the output? Output will be 0. Output will be 0. So if output will be 0, perceptron is telling that don't purchase the shirt because output is 0. It is not activated. Don't purchase. Given condition, guys. Hello, am I audible? Now this given condition, if you will check that, is satisfying our problem statement. Please tell me. What is our problem statement? Color should be blue, sleeves should be full, and fabric should be not cotton. Then only purchase that. Otherwise, don't purchase that. So first row is not fulfilling our requirement. Hence, we are not going to buy the shirt, and the perceptron is also telling don't buy the shirt because of this following combination 7, 4, 2, and the threshold value is 8. Now go to the row number 2 and tell me the value of x1, x2, x3. Please tell me what is the value of x1 if the color is blue. Okay, color is blue. Okay, tell me what will be the value of x1, what will be the value of x2, full sleeves, again 1, and x3 not cotton fabric, x3 will be 0. So in the row number 2, if you put the condition in the given equation 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3, here x3 will be 0, otherwise both x1 x2 will be 1 in the second row. So put in the given condition, given equation 7x1 plus 4x2 plus 2x3, answer will be 11 guys. And compare and check the 11 with the threshold value. 11 is greater than threshold. Yes, output will be 1. Output will be 1 and 1 means purchase the shirt. And when we will check the condition of second row, yes, it is satisfying. The color is blue, full sleeves, and not a cotton fabric. So in this way, guys, okay, we are just, I have explained this diagram with the help of easy example. We are using the perceptron, okay, for such kind of binary classification problem, linear classification. And if you remember, I want to ask one question to all of you. Does every working of this question, okay, that's what I am telling you. Deciding the threshold, I have put randomly here. That's what I am telling. 7, 4, 2, and 8 randomly I put it. I want to teach you one thing very important. Please tell me that in this diagram, perceptron working depend on weight, bias, and activation function or not? Tell me that. That's what I want to teach you. Perceptron working depend on the value of 7, 4, 2 activation function and the value of bias or not? Answer is yes. And that's the major learning in the world of deep learning, guys. That's what I want to teach you. In the world of deep learning, entire deep learning architecture totally depend on the values of weight, bias, and the selection of activation function. We cannot randomly do that, and our entire energy is going in that direction only. We have to design such a deep neural network architecture which is having the correct value of weight and bias in which predictions are correct. Always remember, note down my point. We are designing such a neural network where we are putting our entire effort on selecting the correct values of weight, bias, and activation functions so that output should be correctly predicted and error should be less. Always remember that. And I will let you know how to select activation functions also. So very good, guys. So that was my intention to explain this diagram. And let's take that. If you want to play with this diagram, change the values of weight, bias, and the threshold. You can change this. Now you can put 8, 6, 3, 16, play with that, add bias in that, and play under which values of weight, bias, and activation function you are getting correct prediction. Play with that. It is up to you. Hence, that's what I am telling you, that deciding the correct values of weight, bias, and activation function entire thing we are doing in the world of deep neural network. And this is the conclusion now. In the world of deep neural network, if anyone asks you the question, hey, what are the parameters, learning parameters of deep neural network? Your answer is weight and bias. Your answer is what? Weight and biases are the learning parameters of the deep neural network. And who is weight, bias, and activation function? Actually, weight and biases are randomly initialized with the help of some methods. There are 2 to 3 methods available. Those were randomly initializing that. That I am going to explain you. Don't. Up to this, it is clear that selecting the values of weight, bias, and activation function is affecting the output or not. Tell me that. Yes or no? Yes, it is affecting the entire outcome. Okay, very good. So once we came to know that, so guys, one very important question is that why we are using the activation function in the world of neural net. So always remember one thing, activation function majorly used in the world of neural network to bring the non-linearity, in the neural net. That is the one of the most important answer of it. And due to the time limitation of our today's session, I cannot go deeper into the activation functions and the mathematics of that. But do remember, activation function is used to add the non-linearity in the network. There are the 3 types of activation function. One is called as the binary step activation function, linear activation function, and non-linear activation. Activation function means adding the non-linearity in the network so that it will learn the complex problem. And what is the complex problem? I will get you. So these are the 3 types of activation function, and these are the all non-linear activation function. One is linear, binary step, and so on. So all are the non-linear activation function. These are the selection of activation function we have to do depending on the mathematical working of activation function. Okay, and what kind of problem statement you are solving. Again, I am repeating. Selecting the activation function, suitable activation function is affecting the output. Depending on the problem statement, we are selecting the activation function. Depending on the neural network designing, we are selecting the activation function. Researcher said that, I will show you that output, don't worry, I will show that researcher said that. These are all mathematics of activation function. Due to the time limitation, I cannot go ahead for explaining the mathematical output. Just remember that activation function is having some mathematics, and all those activation functions are used for bringing non-linearity in the network. And how to select the activation function? So this is the field. Please note down. Researchers said that whenever we are going to design neural network, in that we are having the hidden layer. So majority of time, ReLU activation function is used in the hidden layer. If you are working on RNN kind of problem, recurrent neural network, at that time sigmoid and logistic function, activation function used in the hidden layer, and so on. So how to choose the right activation function? As I already told you, depending on which kind of problem statement we are solving. It has been said that if you are solving the regression problem statement, you don't use the activation function. In the binary classification, in the output layer, we are going to use the sigmoid and logistic. In the multi-class classification problem, in the output layer, we are going to use softmax activation function, multi-label sigmoid, and so on. So how to select the correct activation function is the very, very important for bringing the optimal result in the world of deep neural network. Once activation function is selected, so guys, there is one logical question I want to ask you. Please tell me the answer. If there is only one biological neuron in your brain, only one biological neuron in your brain, does you will function? Our body will function with the help of one biological neuron? Tell me that. No, our body will not function. Similarly, with the help of single perceptron means one biological neuron. One perceptron is one biological neuron. So one biological neuron or one perceptron is not sufficient to solve the complex problem. Always remember, perceptron is only able to solve the linear classification. When the problem is non-linear, then we have to go for other process. So the same thing, guys, when single perceptron failed to solve the complex problem, then we are going for multi-layer perceptron. That is called as artificial neural network. Multi-layer perceptron is nothing but combination of multiple perceptrons. Concentrate carefully. Again, my wording. Please concentrate on my wording. Multi-layer perceptron is nothing but combination of multiple perceptron together to form one network. Hence, it is called as artificial neural network. Now, break the artificial neural network into three parts. Artificial separate, neural separate, network separate. Artificial means what? It is a perceptron. Artificially, scientist has created that. What do you mean by neural? Perceptron. All the perceptron here in this diagram, each circle is called as one perceptron. Each circle is called as one perceptron. When all the perceptrons are connected together to form one network, that is called as ANN, deep neural network, or artificial neural network, or multi-layer perceptron. Any word you can use it. So guys, whenever we are designing multi-layer perceptron or artificial neural network ANN, in that there are three major things. Always remember, three major things. In this diagram, you are having four-layer architecture. Four-layer architecture. One is input layer. There are the two hidden layer in this architecture, and one is the output. Each circle is called as perceptron, or either node or either neuron. Different terminology can be used for this. Again, I am repeating. We can use the word perceptron also. We can use the word neuron also, and we can use the word node also. So all these are connected together to form the network. And one thing is there in the designing of this neural network. Concentrate my word very carefully. In designing the deep neural network, we are having the input layer, we are having the hidden layer, and we are having the output layer. These three things are carefully. As I know that these three things are common, so please note my wording. It is very important. In this diagram, can you people tell me how many perceptrons are there in the hidden layer or in the input layer? Please tell me that, so that it will be easier for me to guide you. In this diagram, tell me how many perceptron in the input layer? Three. Very good. How many perceptron in the hidden layer? One. Hidden layer two. And on the output layer? In the output layer two. Now concentrate carefully. I will teach you in a very good way. So remember that one thing. Deciding the number of perceptron, node or neuron in the input layer and deciding the number of perceptron in the output layer totally depend on the project what you are solving. I will explain you, and within the 5 minutes you will understand that. Again repeating, deciding the number of perceptron in the input layer and deciding the number of perceptron or the node in the output layer totally depend on the project you are solving. But deciding the number of perceptron in the hidden layer is up to you people. Is up to you. This is called as a hyperparameter. In this diagram, I have put 4 neuron in the hidden layer 1 and the 4 neuron in the hidden layer 2. But I can put 5 also in the hidden layer 1 and the 10 in the hidden layer 2 also. So note down guys. This is one flexibility in front of you. Deciding the number of perceptron, neuron or the node in the hidden layer is decided by you people. User will decide that. Similarly, in this architecture, how many hidden layers are there? Tell me that. 2. So deciding the number of hidden layer is also decided by user. So deciding the number of hidden layer and deciding on the number of neuron in the hidden layer is totally decided by user. Remember this. But the number of neuron in the input layer and the number of neuron in the output layer is we are not deciding. It totally depend on the project we are solving. So the thing is that who will decide how many hidden layer we want for such neural network and how many neuron we want in the neural network. Hence, this all is called as trial and experiment process. You can design any neural network architecture with n number of hidden layer and the number of neuron in the hidden layer. Tell me that in this diagram, how many layers are present? Tell me now. In this diagram, how many layers you are observing? Very good. Tell me how many neuron in the input layer in this diagram? How many neuron in the hidden layer 1? Very good. Hidden layer 2 and hidden layer on, sorry, output layer. Now, can you tell one thing? Can you please observe this diagram? One very important thing I want to teach you in this diagram. If you will concentrate carefully, all the input neuron, 4 neuron of the input layer is connected to all the 3 neuron of hidden layer 1. All the 3 neuron of the hidden layer 1 is connected to all the 4 neuron of hidden layer 2. All the 4 neuron of hidden layer 2 is connected to all the neuron of output layer. If this is the fashion of connection, this is called as fully connected layer or fully connected network. Again, I am repeating. In this network, whatever the number of layers are there and whatever the number of neurons are there, if you observe carefully, all the neuron of each layer is connected to all the neuron of next layer. And if this is the fashion of connection, it is called as fully connected layer. And the second word is densely connected layer, dense connection, D-E-N-S-E, dense connection layer. So remember this, densely connected or the fully connected. Very good. It is called as a dense connection also. Very good. Now the thing is that, guys, researcher has said one thing, that why the deep learning world is called as deep. So this is the process. If you are using more number of hidden layer, because it is depending on user now, user will decide I should use 3 hidden layer or 4 or so on. If the number of number of hidden layer are more in the network, that network is called as deep network, deep learning. That's what deep word came from this guys. If you are having more number of hidden layer in your architecture, your network is deep, hence it is called as deep learning word. Deep word came from number of hidden layers. If your number of hidden layers are less, 2 or 3 only, then it is called as shallow network, shallow. Okay, how to decide the number of neuron each layer? Again, I am saying that this is hyperparameter. Deciding the number of neuron in the hidden layer. I will show you something, everyone, because number of question arising in this word. I will show you something. Just wait for a second so that your doubt will be clear. Actually, researcher, scientist has said one thing very clearly. How many neurons should be layer or how many hidden layers should be there in your architecture? Okay, that are hyperparameters. These are the list of hyperparameters. Check it. List of hyperparameter. Number of hidden layers, number of neuron, weight initialization, activation function decided by user. But how to decide how many we have to decide that? So it has been said that I will show you something. This is the answer for that. Those who are asking. The number of hidden layers. Always remember, according to the research, it has been said that if you are solving the problem which is linearly separable, so don't use number of hidden layer more. Within 1 and 2 hidden layer, you will get the answer. If you are solving the complex problem which is not linearly separable, very, very complex, then use the number of hidden layer more. But how much? So scientists have tell this kind of output. Your number of hidden layer should be, or number of hidden neurons should be in the size of input layer and the output layer. The number of hidden neuron in the network should be the square root of number of input layer node and the output layer node, and so on. But at the end of the day, let me clear one thing. This will work or not. Again, there is no guarantee. Although we will follow this guidance by the researcher, but if the output will come optimum or not, it is again experiment. It is again experiment, guys. That's what I'm telling. And I have requested the organizer that my series of this talk for 3 series. Today is the first, okay? Within the first day, I cannot teach you everything now about the deep learning. Hence, I requested the organizer give me the 3 series of talk so that I can explain you deep neural network designing in the very quality way so that you will be having no doubt. You will be having no doubt. Therefore, this is the first day, guys. In the first day, I cannot teach you everything. Okay. So just remember, I will come on this part. This is already I decided to teach you how many neurons to be get selected, how many number of hidden layers to be selected, and so on. No worry about that. But let me come to that point where I was there. So I told you that there is a certain drawback of perceptron, okay, which is overcome by multi-layer perceptron. This is multi-layer perceptron, fully connected layer. Now concentrate one thing. Multi-layer perceptron is divided into two kind of working. Okay, multi-layer perceptron is having the input layer, hidden layer, and output layer. If you are having something to note down, please note down. I am telling one very important thing to all of you. As I told you, number of, as I told you, number of neuron in the input layer and the number of neuron in the output layer. Who will decide? Tell me. Who will decide? We decide. We, not we. That means project. Project, it depend on project. Project based. Now concentrate. I am giving the answer of those. Very easy. I will give the answer of. If you are working on the project where number of columns are 10, number of columns are 10, input column I am talking about, input column, then number of neuron in the input layer will be 10. So the number of neuron in the input layer is equal to number of column of the project. Input column, okay? Note down. Very easy to understand. Number of neuron in the input layer will be number of input column of the project. Okay, input column of the project. Number of neuron of the output layer depend on what you want to work on. What you want to work on. So please concentrate carefully. Suppose I am doing the binary classification, cat and dog classification, cat and dog. So either I should have the 2 neuron or 1 neuron in the output layer. If I am having the 2 neuron in the output layer, then I will use the activation function softmax. And if I am having the 1 neuron in the output layer, then I will use the activation function sigmoid. So again, I said that selecting the number of neuron in the output layer totally depend on the project. Selecting the number of input layers depend on the project. So tell me the answer. I am asking you the conclusion. If I am having number of input column in the project 24, how many input neuron will be there? 24. Very good. You got the answer now. Very good. I appreciate that. Now, if I am using multi-class classification problem, I want to do the classification of horse, tiger, elephant. Horse, tiger, elephant. How many neurons should be in the output layer? 3. Very good. 3 neurons. Very good. Now you got it. Then number of neurons should be in the hidden layer or number of hidden layer we will decide. We will decide. So things you learn very perfectly right now. Now please concentrate here. Multi-layer perceptron working divided into two categories, forward propagation and backward propagation. Okay, concentrate my wording carefully. Forward propagation and backward propagation. Whenever we are working on any project, now you can design your own neural network. How you will design your own neural network? For example, you will identify the project data. You will come to know in the project data, number of input columns are 5. So you will keep 5 neuron in the input layer. Then number of hidden layer and the number of neuron in the hidden layer you will decide. Then output layer neuron, as I told, depend on the project. The project is binary classification. So either you will keep 1 neuron or 2 neuron in the output. So guys, if this is the project and this is the neural network designed by you people have designed that. Okay. So tell me one thing, that now I am explaining the full-fledged working of any neural network in the world. So this is the architecture in front of you. Neural network will work on 2 categories. One is called as forward propagation and one is called as backward. What do you mean by forward propagation? Once you have designed the neural network, what you will do? You will give the input to the neural network. Okay. For example, image classification of elephant and tiger. I will give one input. So this image will go through our neural network and it will go through input layer, hidden layer, and to the output layer. Output of output layer is called as a prediction. So this is called as a forward propagation. Input is processing through input layer, hidden layer, and output layer, and output will be there from the output layer. That is called as the prediction. We will check the prediction with our actual output. Predicted output with actual output. You will get error. You will get error. So the thing is that you get the error, so you want to reduce the error. So you will do the backward propagation. So in the backward propagation, what you will do? You will calculate the error, difference between actual value and the predicted value. And then you will go to the backward propagation. And what you will do in the backward propagation, concentrate very carefully, very carefully concentrate my wording, and then you will understand each and everything bit of this. So can you please tell me one thing? I am asking you very important question, and I will give the very deep answer of it. As I explain you one perceptron, single perceptron. So can you people tell me what are the key components of perceptron that I have taught you? Key perceptron. Input, bias, weight, and activation function. Yes or not? So can you tell me one thing very clearly, because this is very important question. How many bias per perceptron? Very good. One bias per perceptron. How many activation function per perceptron? Very good. Very good. And number of weight depend on how much? In the perceptron, number of weight depend on what? Input. Now you got the final answer. Very good. I am very much happy that you got it. So always remember one bias per perceptron, and the number of input, or sorry, number of weight depend on the number of input to the perceptron. So I will explain so that you will give the answer of that. So and you will get a very good answer of it. I will give the guarantee. Now in this diagram, concentrate on the hidden layer 1. Please concentrate on the hidden layer 1 so that you will understand this. How many neurons are present in the hidden layer 1 in this diagram? Very good, 3 neurons. Only concentrate on first neuron of the hidden layer. On the hidden layer 1, there are 3 neurons. Concentrate on first neuron. Tell me, to this first neuron, how many inputs are coming? And that inputs are coming from the input layer. Very good. So the first neuron of the hidden layer 1, first neuron of the hidden layer 1 will have how many weight associated with it? Tell me that. 4 weight, because 4 inputs, 4 weight. Similarly, tell me, in the neuron number 2, in the hidden layer 1, neuron number 2, how many inputs are coming? 4. How many weights? 4. Last neuron, again, how many inputs are coming? 4. So please concentrate carefully. 4 weight on neuron 1, 4 weight on neuron 2, and the 4 weight on neuron 3. So how many number of weight in hidden layer 1? Total number of weight in the hidden layer 1 will be 12. Very good. But this I have explained you in the very minute explanation. But shortcut, if you want shortcut, so take it in the shortcut way. In the hidden layer 1, there are 3 neurons, and in the previous layer, input layer, there are 4 neurons. So 4 multiplied by 3, 12. In this way, you can calculate 4 multiplied by 3, and this is the weight. Now, guys, one more thing. How many bias are there in the hidden layer 1? One bias per neuron. So how many neurons in the hidden layer 1? 3 neurons. So now you are very correct, and you are going to learn very important thing. In this network, if someone will ask you the question, how many weights and biases are present in the hidden layer 1? Your answer will be 12 plus 3, 15. Your answer will be 12 plus 3, 15. Okay? Very good. Very good. So what I want to explain you, I will wind up the session within 5 minutes by explaining some very important concept to all of you. Please concentrate carefully. The number of weight and the biases in the hidden layer 1 is 15 in this diagram. So same thing, please tell me how many number of weight and biases are present in the hidden layer 2. In the hidden layer 2. In the hidden layer 2, 4 neurons, previous is 3. So 4 multiplied by 3, 12 is the weight and 4 is the bias. 12 plus 4, 16. 16 guys, 16 is the answer. Okay. And in the output layer, tell me in the output layer, how many weight and biases? 2 multiplied by 4 plus 2, 10. 10. And remember one thing, again, this is the interview question we are asking to the participant. We are confusing them always by asking this. Does in the input layer there are any weight and biases? Input layer doesn't have any weight and biases, guys, always remember. Yeah, I'm going to wind up the session within 5 minutes. Okay. So now final answer you will explain me. Input layer will now not have any weight and biases. Always remember this is the answer you have to give. But hidden layer 1, hidden layer 2 and the output layer will have the weight and biases. So by combining total number of weight and biases in the entire network will be how much, guys? How much? In the entire network, how many weight and biases? So calculate hidden layer 1, hidden layer 2 and the output layer. So according to this diagram, 3 multiplied by 4 plus 3, 15 in the hidden layer 1, 16 in the hidden layer 2 and the 10 in the hidden layer, sorry, output layer. So total how much? 15 plus 16 plus 10, 41. 41 is the answer. So guys, please concentrate carefully so that there will be no confusion and you are going to have a very good understanding of that. So whatever the diagram I am showing in front of you, in this diagram, the entire architecture is having total number of 41 weight and biases. Total number of 41 weight and biases. The answer is total number of parameters is 41. Always remember one thing. Total number of parameter in the network is how much? 41. Is this clear? Okay.
You can repeat that because your voice cut off in the middle right now.
Okay. Yeah. I'm doing that. No worry. Okay. So I'm winding up by explaining one important concept and then I'm winding. Don't worry. Okay. I already
Sure.
yeah. Okay. Much for 5 minutes more. So the guys, my last means teaching to you is that in this network there are 41 number of weight and biases. So your entire network output correct prediction totally depend on the 41 values of weight and biases. Remember that. Your correct prediction totally depend on 41 values of weight and biases. So what I have teach you that in the multi-layer perceptron when you are doing forward propagation, so you are having the prediction as output. So that prediction totally came because of 41 values of weight and biases, but that prediction is very wrong prediction, for example. So that wrong prediction came because weight and biases values are not good. So during the backward propagation, you are updating the values of weight and biases with the help of optimizer. There is one concept, optimizer, that I will teach you in my next session, my next upcoming session. I have requested the organizer my 3 web series, sorry, this 3 seminar series, so that once you attend the 3 webinar, that is my guarantee to you people, you can design anything. So during the backward propagation, I am changing the 41 values of weight and biases. 41 values of weight and biases I am changing, so that once it get changed, again I will do the forward propagation with the updated values of weight and biases. 41 values of updated value. Again I will check the prediction. Again I will check the prediction with the actual value, predicted value with the actual value. Again it is not good. Again I will go for the backward direction to change the values of weight and biases. Again updated values of weight and biases, I will go forward propagation. So this entire process will go in how much process? Iteration process. This entire process will go on until and unless your all 41 values of weight and biases are in such a way that your predicted value and the actual value will be same. Understood, guys? This is the world of neural network now. In the entire neural network, when you will design the architecture, so it depends on your architecture will have how many values of weight and biases. And by having the correct values of weight and biases, you are having the correct prediction. And by selecting the number of neurons in the hidden layer, number of hidden layer and the activation function is a very crucial step for having the right prediction. Up to this, it is clear or not, tell me. If it is clear, guys, so you are ready to go for designing the ANA. And next session, I will teach you practically how to design the ANA. And I guess I don't know, organizer, can you please tell me that I have requested 3 series for this. So when you will be organizing my next session so that participant can join that.
It will be available on site. It will be available on our site, so participant can check there if it's there.
Okay, great, great. So
I'll just
participants,
share the link. I'll just share
ah,
the link and they can check there.
check there. So I request all those who join today, if you really want to play with the world of neural network in a very good understanding, okay, so please attend my next session so that you will have a great understanding. Okay. So thanks everyone. I hope that you understood the session. And as a researcher point of view, I tried my level best to explain you in a very good way the world of deep neural network. And I request all of you, if you want to connect with me for quality learning of the world of data science, machine learning, deep learning, and AI, you can connect with me in the LinkedIn if you want, and you can connect with me in the this contact information for any kind of doubt. So thank you very much. Now I am open for the doubt solving session. I hope that you
You can
understand.
check, Arpit, just a second. Sure.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
just put on a poll. Please, guys, fill this poll, and we'll just launch a shorter Q&A session, and
yeah,
Arpit will take your questions there.
yeah. I will take the question and answer session. This is my LinkedIn ID, guys, email ID, and everything. So we have started in a very step-by-step procedure to learn the deep neural network. And in the very next session, I will explain you the world of designing the deep neural network. Don't worry. And I will guarantee you, you can design anything after attending my 3 sessions.
It was really good session, Arpit. I
Yeah, yeah.
really learned a lot because I was just starting in the field of data science too, and this is
Okay, you
really
are
good.
also a learner in the world of data science. Oh, great, great. Oh, nice to know
Yes,
that. So
I
now
hope
I'm
everyone liked it too.
Yeah, I hope that everyone like it too. Actually, this webinar intentionally we have organized for all the newcomer in the world of deep learning. Might be those who attended, those who know this concept before also, for them it was repeated. But for those who are new, for them it is very good, I think.
Yeah, actually, this was like, and I was like revising few things in like my final year. These are few weights and all.
Yeah. That's what
It
many
was a great
people are
session.
confused. And if suppose I get a more time now, so I can explain in a very detailed way how to select the weight also, how to select the number of neuron also. So in the very next session, I will explain the practical also with the help of all Keras TensorFlow so that they can understand that.
We'll try our best to just get this
Yes,
next
yes.
session earlier as possible.
Yeah, please. And I request all the participants, those who attended today, please attend my next session. Don't miss that so that you will enjoy designing your first neural network. Thank you very much. Now I'm open for the all doubt solution.
There are a few questions in Q&A. You can look at to that.
Yeah. Thank you. In the Q&A, okay, for the big data, deep learning, which one is better, Apple Silicon or NVIDIA CUDA? So that's what I'm saying. It totally depends that what is your budget. If you are asking me, I will always motivate anyone to purchase the high computational system. Okay. And second doubt is, so if the data is unstructured, we can go with the deep learning. Yes, that's what. If your data is unstructured, directly go for deep learning. But nowadays, cloud computing are always there. We can automatically increase the performance of computational power. Yes, yes. See, that's what I'm saying. To work on the big volume of data, your single laptop is not sufficient. So hence, we are using the cloud computing technology in order to process huge volume of data through the huge computational power. And then cloud computing will come into picture. Okay. So the thing, yeah, we can say that is the Vaibhav is asking. So we can say that this is the no, this is not a drawback of deep learning. Deep learning architecture finally when get the huge volume of data, it will perform better only. It is our duty how to handle that huge volume of data and to give the deep neural network. That is the different part. But I am talking about designing of deep neural network architecture. If more the data, more the performance. How much is the average salary of data scientist as a fresher? This answer is directly proportional to how much skill you are having. If you are having a word called data scientist but no skill set, no package. If you are having higher the skills higher the packet, and so on. Then let's go for can we use TPU also? Yes, yes, we can use TPU also. Tensor processing unit we can use other than GPU also. What are the method to set weight? Weight random weight selection is random process, but there are the two weight selection process: he initialization and Xavier initialization. That we are going to discuss in next session. For multiple input, does perceptron use the same weight? No, it is going to use random different weight. Are the weight and activation function related? Yes, activation function and weights are related. I will again guide you this high related doubt in the next session, that how the weight selection, sorry, activation function related to weight. And then you are saying, okay, it's a fantastic session. Thank you very much. Want to understand
Okay,
little? Okay.
the PPTs are like will be available to you by email if it's like possible.
Yeah,
Arpit,
yeah.
you can share PPT
No,
with
no.
us and we, if
One
it's
thing, I
possible.
cannot share the PPT because this is my
Okay,
company IP. But yeah, I can share the data related to the PPT. That I will help. No way.
okay. So all the resources, if it will be available to us, will be sharing with you with the email. So you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah,
And those who are looking for the community to join, you can join our Antics with their community. There you can get the resources too, and you can like post your questions, and many people are joining there. So you can like get your answers there too, and
yeah,
it's really helpful for the beginners. So please, you can
absolutely.
look at there.
So guys, in my next session, today I have talked about the very fundamental process of designing neural network. In my next session, I will be guiding you how Python is used and different libraries in the Python used like TensorFlow and Keras for designing the neural network. So in the next session, be tuned with us for the first neural network designing of your life. If you are learning neural network first time.
Okay, I've shared the link where you can check the links for this, and you can check there if there is available sessions. There are many more available sessions you can check there, and we'll be keep you posted there for the next session too. So you
Great,
guys can check it there.
great,
Okay,
great.
thank you, Arpit, for this was a really good session.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you very much. I also enjoyed all the participants are very interactive. I really enjoyed that, and I love their reply also. So be tuned with us, guys. Let's hope to meet in the next session for designing the first neural network of your life.